What? That Drake song, I guess. I heard it in the gym this morning, actually.
Oh.
That I don't know the name of it. The one that everybody was getting like run over in the street.
Oh,
for,
they were doing
that
the challenge, Drake challenge
thing. Was that why did that come about? Was that like in the video or something?
So the kid, Shingy, Shiggy, Queens kid from Linden Boulevard,
Okay.
did a video.
Okay.
You know, he's a dancer. Like he's a new title, which is now the I don't know, like a Instagram dancer. Like,
Okay.
you know, like Instagram comedians.
So he
Instagram.
dances on Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does little tricky dances and does little funny stuff, and then Drake saw the video, started the Shiggy challenge,
Okay.
and then it became and he's in the video. So the kid Shiggy's in the video.
Okay.
He's right here from Linden Boulevard. Well, from where we grew up,
Right.
as they call the North Side.
The north side. The north. The north side of South
So
Jamaica.
perplexed over that terminology.
Which is
I
like-
care not to.
I guess that's if you're the north of something that's south. I guess that means you're in the middle.
I guess. Indeed. So good afternoon.
Hey man, how are you?
Oh, I'm just phantasmic. Feels like thunder. Two Bros Podcast, episode 71. Damn, 71. Wow, we're reaching. Ooh, sorry, reaching some high numbers here. We're getting very
71. 71.
Yeah. So, speaking of thunder, last week was some crazy thunder rain. You mentioned
Like Monday, right? What was it? Was it
Yeah,
Monday?
it was like Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, just like a
somewhere in the
ridiculous, like that amount of rain that came down in that short period of time. It's like flooded everything. Like everything just
Yeah, it's like flooded. Like
highways were flooded,
Yeah.
and people just you were stuck.
Yeah, it was pretty scary.
You were stuck.
I was pretty scared. I mean, I was like, "Oh, this might be one. Like,
This
this
is
is it. Like, this is gonna happen."
This is
like,
it.
like Sandy. I mean, Sandy. To me, when at the old place, Sandy, we had such a tough time with Sandy
Yeah.
because it wasn't the rain; it was the tide.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, it was a combination of the things.
Listen, it was raining. It was flowing. I guess once the storm drains get filled,
Yeah.
it's got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
There's no flow, and then it starts flipping and flowing back into each other, and that's just the rest. But I can remember seeing water just ride by the house,
Just come by, yeah.
and came and took my car. It took my van. I mean, that's when I had the Quest.
It's gotta be scary, man. It's just
Yeah,
your basement was flooded.
basement was flooded. Almost drowned myself. Doing an Indiana Jones impersonation, trying to get the thing from the top.
Oh!
Yeah.
We're gonna die.
Scary times, man. Scary
I remember
times.
after Sandy seeing the go to the Long Beach Long Island Railroad,
Yeah.
and you see all the sand
Ooh, yeah.
that's washed up in there, and you're like, wait a minute, the ocean came up this far, and then it had settled and it left the deposits of all that sand that was there. And I knew people that had houses in Long Beach, and you could see the water line going to the top of their front doors.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
you go on the 13 Ghosts page, I did a video for my daughter and her dance team, the Girls of Isoda. A shout out to Isoda Edge School of the Arts. They went out to Far Rockaway and helped, did some like help, like went and whatever they could do to help, whether it was pick up leaves, pick
Right.
up, and there was a bunch of kids. I think their earnest willingness to go help their friend, people
Right,
they knew and
right.
friends was more than the. And I don't think they did it for the PR because it was really none. But we had put together this compilation video that they had put together, and the photos are staggering. I mean, they took still shot pictures, and I made it into a picture and put music and did some stuff.
Right.
And the photos were just like, where is this? Like, what cars on top of cars?
Yeah.
On the boardwalk was just all smashed up, and it was just a real wake-up call for, people who are not prepared for the storm.
We tend to think that every once in a while we kind of get reminded that we're really not. You don't run shit here. Like you kind of,
Nope.
people forget that the invention of culture
Yeah.
was to combat nature. like nature's kicking our ass.
Oh yeah,
So you invent
10 times.
culture to sort of like mitigate that,
Yeah.
like how you treat a neighbor, like how how you barter with other people and all sort of stuff like that, because nature's kicking my ass.
Yeah.
So I need some help in mitigating that, and that's how you establish.
So you get along. That's how you
culture.
Yeah. Well, it's true. It's a good way of putting it. I mean, I would assume people, back in the days, obviously the native indigenous people, the weather predicted where they were gonna, how they were gonna crop, how they were gonna
Right,
survive.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So you followed
Right.
hey, it's springtime. Let's move on this side.
And
here.
exactly. And some people were better at other things than others, and so
Yeah.
some people did their part, and then you had to cooperate.
Right.
So, hey, you know how to make tents? Why
You're
don't
my
you go
guy.
ahead and make some tents? And this guy knows how to hunt.
Yeah.
So I tell you what, why doesn't this guy make your tent, and then when he hunts, he comes back and brings you some deer liver, and shit like that.
All good when it's fair.
Right.
When it's someone who does that and says, "Now I'm the fucking manager of all this shit,
Right.
and I get to fuck your wife. I want a piece of the pie, and you're gonna make me a
Then
tent
you get
too."
Then you get to be greedy. Then you get greedy.
That's the
how
greed
comes
part.
in.
That's where the European settlers who came in and was like, "Hey, these guys bust their ass. These guys fucking working like slaves for free. Let me manage these guys and show them how to make a better life for themselves, and they'll like it."
They'll like
or
it.
my boomstick.
My boomstick. Ah.
What was that, Evil Dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, my boomstick.
My boomstick. Oh, one of the greatest movies ever.
First one only.
What do you mean?
The first Evil Dead, not the Ash stuff and all the.
No, you're thinking of that's the Army of Darkness. What we're quoting was the Army of Darkness.
Oh, so
Evil Dead.
wait.
Evil Dead is the original.
Yes, but there's Evil Dead 2.
Evil Dead 2,
I thought Evil Dead 2 was Army of Darkness.
and
No?
there's the Army of Darkness.
Yeah, once he cut his arm off and did the
Right.
chainsaw, right? That,
Groovy.
but this is still part of the series.
It's right. It's still part of
what I
the
mean.
whole thing. Right.
I didn't like the second, third. It got very funny. Like I mean, it was.
Well, but it was all campy. It
Yeah.
was all, like you see, like
Yeah.
the demon can actually fight. So
Yeah.
they're actually doing kicks like
Yeah.
oh.
Who's that guy with the strong jaw?
He wrote a book called Lead with the Chin.
Oh, really?
Yes,
God, I'm only assuming.
he wrote a book called Lead with the Chin.
Oh, he's got a cartoon.
I can't remember his name now.
Oh,
Shit. Somebody tell us. Or what if we had a device that could find out information?
Bruce Campbell?
Yes.
Bruce Campbell. Wow. Okay, Lead with the Chin.
Lead with the Chin was his book. Yeah.
He does have a comic
Became a
book.
cult hero.
Did he? Yeah, he did. He
Yeah.
sure did. I mean, just the fact of,
That was
putting a chainsaw in your arm.
That was the best part of the whole movie.
Now, for those of you who have never held a chainsaw before, or have, virtually impossible to
Yes.
attach. There's no
Yes.
connectivity. There's no. It just looked so perfect the way he did
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And I was like, huh.
You started thinking about it. Hey.
But what's
maybe I can-
what bracket is he using? What kind of this can't happen? That's what I like about those other guys. Man, they took that show off, the MythBusters.
Okay.
I love
Is this not on anymore?
No, it ended, and then they both started two different shows.
Okay.
But I always loved how they took apart urban legends and just said, okay, if this was true, how could they do it? Like the one episode where they tried to shoot a gun with a curved, with a curved barrel.
Oh, with a curved barrel?
Yeah, see if
like
it would...
like in the cartoon?
Right, if you could shoot the bullet backwards. It's fun to watch that stuff. I mean, if you're a science guy or if you're a guy like... I like to take shit apart and put it back together again and see how it all worked. But I like those kind of shows. That's my thing. Like, I like shit like that.
Deduce it down to the...
Yeah.
Well, we used to say... When we were kids, we used to say silly stuff that when you think about it, there's no way it could be true.
No.
But you said it with such fervence and such conviction
Yeah.
that you assumed it was true. Like hot water gets cold faster, will freeze faster than cold water.
Who said... Oh, I'd never heard that one.
We used to always say that shit. Like because people were like making the ice pops and stuff like that.
Well, you are
Say,
correct.
Use hot water because hot water cools faster than cold water. No. It is incorrect.
It's incorrect.
It is incorrect.
Temperature's temperature, right?
Right, temperature's temperature. Now what happens is the rate at which hot water gets colder is faster than the rate at which cold water freezes.
But it's already high.
But
so
exactly.
the temperature's high.
So the rate, so in an hour, hot water it will drop more in temperature than the cold water, but
Right.
the cold water will reach the freezing temperature faster.
Huh. I've
It's that
never
type of
tried
thing.
that as an exercise. Like, that would be very interesting. But I do fill my ice trays with hot water.
Do you?
Yeah. You know
For-
why? I'll tell you why. I don't do it for that purpose of
Okay.
heating. I do it to melt the previous ice that's
Ah,
in there
that's in
so
there.
that it's all even.
Okay.
Because what happens is if you leave the old crumbs on it that don't all come out, then your second ice comes out just as crippled. Like
Right.
it breaks up.
Okay.
So I do hot water to absolve all, and then you get nice full cubes.
It's like when it snows over that patch of snow that you didn't shovel before. Yes.
So if you don't get it all, it's not fresh.
You think it's all
Yeah.
good, and then
Yeah.
you're
The
okay.
bad. I got bad
I got
ice
you.
underneath.
That makes
it.
sense.
So
Okay.
that's why I do it.
Do you wash your ice trays?
No, because the theory in my head is, the hot water is I'm washing it.
You're
it's just
washing it,
water. But now I don't use them anymore. Since the ice maker and all that other
got
stuff. Yeah.
Well, so you trust that?
Well, because I changed the filter. I have a filter
Okay.
in the bottom, and you can taste the difference. And I know when when it's going, and
You know when the filters could use some changing.
yeah, it has a little light on there. But when I learned how to reset it, I was like, oh, you could reset the light. Where's the fun in that? Like, who's managing this ship here? This is blasphemous that you could reset the filter.
Well, the benefit is like making sure that light shuts on so that you get yourself a new filter.
Right.
So it's kind of like the oil change. Like, hey, you change your oil every,
Right.
3,000 miles, and mechanics will tell you, nah, you're good for another
Right,
couple
you won't
thousand.
dead stop.
Right.
Yeah, so Bruce Campbell, Evil Dead, that series was very fantastically fun.
It was fun. It was just it was fun.
Wait, so the book? I mean, this was the one.
He wrote a book called Lead with the Chin
Okay.
about his. I think it's like Confessions of a B actor or something like that, or something like that, and whatever.
Well, he's made a healthy career of himself.
Oh,
with
absolutely.
this,
Yeah. He's like, I think he's on network TV now. I think he's on some show, or he was on some show.
Ah, so it calls him producer and writer. So maybe that's his book there. Maybe. Very interesting. So that was fun yesterday. Miles' birthday party.
It was nice. Yeah, thank you for
just a little
showing
get
up.
together. Yeah.
Thanks for showing up. Nice.
Where were the other
Simple.
kids? Any other 1-year-olds he's friendly with? Or
There were.
Oh, okay.
They couldn't make it.
I see.
So there's going to be like another party with all the kids,
I see.
people and their kids getting together.
Right.
So it tended to be a little bit more family.
Yeah, this was a
and stuff
fishbowl.
like that. Yeah.
This was a fishbowl. It
was a little small,
Put
like
Mile in a
it was
fishbowl. And let's
Yeah, exactly.
watch him go.
And since it's his birthday and stuff,
It was
so
amazing.
We did it on his birthday. It was nice.
Lots of character.
Which there's going to be another one another
Yeah.
time with all the kids and
Yeah.
and he's not going to be able to do much there either because we forget he's one. He's not going to do anything.
So do what 1-year-olds do.
He'll just stare at everybody
Stare,
and look,
right.
and then when he gets frustrated, he's going to cry, and then
Yeah.
he's going to. That's what he does.
Yeah. It's on his time, though.
That's right.
Well, that's the
pretty much.
beauty is he can control the time. It's like, okay, guys, I'm going to take a nap now. You
Exactly.
guys have fun.
So I'm done. So, yeah.
It's like the Truman Show.
But everybody's here. Yeah, I didn't invite any of these people.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
gone.
Truman Show.
I'm taking a nap, Mom.
Which I just watched, by the way.
Truman Show?
Again, yeah.
Great
What's
movie.
the other Jim Carrey movie you told me to look at?
They're 13, the number 13.
Aha. I wound up watching Me, Myself, and Irene.
Great movie. Great
Come
fucking
on, Daddy.
movie.
I did not know how funny that movie was.
Great fucking movie.
I didn't know how funny that movie was. That was amazingly funny. It was full of
Just a full of bunch of other shit.
of
Like
dysfunctional discord. Like,
Yes.
there's a lot of
Yes.
dysfunction and making sense of it. Like, you do know these kids' dicks are bigger than and the Harlem Globetrotters.
it was hilarious. It was hilarious. There's this guy who's a teacher at Columbia. His name is John McWhorter.
Ooh.
He loves that movie. He loves that movie because he loves that the impeding, like the challenging of culture.
Mm-hmm.
So you have these kids, these young black kids, who there's no doubt they are ethnically influenced. They
Right.
listen to Richard Pryor, so they talk the way they talk and blah 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 blah
Right,
blah.
right.
But but their primary thing is their academics. And so they get on you. So you the motherfucker that only got an 1800 on your SATs,
Right.
you know, and shit like that.
But they were smart. These
Right,
guys,
exactly.
They were like going to MIT. They were like getting
Exactly.
studying for
You're gonna be at Stanford with all them stupid motherfuckers.
studying for big tests. You know, who wrote this?
Right.
Like,
It just took that everything and it just threw it, and it made them as urban as anybody else.
yeah.
But they shit talked about academics. So no motherfucker, you can read German, right? I said I could read it. I can't speak it all that well. You're a fucking disgrace.
As if it was a ploy, like as if it was like passe. You know what I mean?
Right. Like
Oh,
that's
I
what it's
loved
supposed to be.
And that was Anthony Anderson.
Yeah.
Anthony Anderson
Yeah.
and the two fat twins. The two.
No, one was
One of them.
One was
No.
buff.
Yeah, but that's one of the two fat kids. There's two of them.
Right.
The Hercules kids from Eddie Murphy's.
Those were both of them.
There's
were?
two of them. Not they only in this movie they only used one of them.
Oh,
Jamal, I think
they are twins.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. Oh, okay.
He
All right.
has
I
a
didn't know
twin.
that.
Yeah. They play in let me see if they show him here. One of them, this guy Gerard Mixon.
Okay.
Him.
All right.
He has a brother. There's
They're both that fucking heavy.
both of them. You never seen them in Dr. Dolittle or no? What's the one where he dresses up? Yeah, no, not Dr. Dolittle. What's the Rasputia and Eddie Murphy?
That's.
Jeez.
Why can't we think of shit? Norbit.
Norbit.
They were both in them.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, he playing that. Yeah, he has a brother.
Man,
And they're
both-
huge.
They're
They're
both,
both
huge.
huge. And they play this role. They play that's the two brothers and. But
No, I got you. I'm saying I didn't know that the big guy was a twin.
yeah, Mixon twins. I think
That's that's kind of something when you like making money off of the fact that you're about to die.
Yeah. You have a problem.
You,
Like,
you need to get this fixed, brother. I mean, it's all hey, props to you, and you made a nice career out of yourself. But
Mixon twins.
if you don't drop like 50,
Yeah, these dudes are big, man.
you're in a bad
I mean,
spot.
Their time is coming. I mean, I'm sure they're.
Well, yeah. There ain't but so much. Ain't but so much time you can
Right.
be that heavy and lead a productive life. You know.
This guy's face is in his face. Like,
And nobody gives you. Everybody I think people don't realize how different they treat you when
What do
you
you
are this size, and then you sort of like make a change for yourself, and you become different, and people sort of treat you differently
yeah,
a little bit. Because I remember when you remember who's the actor?
Well, him, Anthony Anderson.
Anthony Anderson was a guy that dropped a lot of
He
weight.
dropped a ton of weight.
But who's the female comedian? She's a comedy actress. Oh man,
Monique.
no, white. Shit. She's in this new movie. I can't think of shit today. She's in the new movie The Kitchen.
Okay.
About Hell's Kitchen.
Oh,
The ladies in Hell's Kitchen.
and
And,
McCarthy.
Yes, Melissa McCarthy. Right.
Yeah.
When she dropped a lot of weight
Yeah.
after that, and then she got a lot of shit for it. You know, they said, "Well, why'd you drop weight?" She said, "Well, I just I wanted to be healthier and stuff like that."
Well, where's the fun in that?
Yeah, exactly. You know, and so
Yeah,
she got
one-
tired. You know, she said it. She said she got tired of being, she was
Laughed at.
the fat girl. You
Yeah.
know, the funny fat chick. She got tired of it, so she just started taking a little bit better care of herself, and
Totally
got some
understandable.
different roles and whatnot, and she got shit for it.
Yeah, and she.
So why I can't call you the funny fat girl anymore?
Right.
I got to treat you like
A
I would
real
treat,
person?
which basically means that you have a problem treating people in a fucked up way.
Again, these are the boxes. These
Right.
Are
You don't fit in the box that I created for
But
you.
I want to make fun of you and talk fat jokes.
Right.
It's not funny anymore.
It ain't funny no more.
Right. Which is oddly enough like Fat Joe, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the rap artist who's had a healthy career of being Fat Joe,
Right. Mm-hmm.
and he lost a ton of weight, and he said it. He said, "Look, I was vegan for half a year or whatever. Couldn't keep up with it. I like the steaks. I like the eat and then he kind of moderately scaled his weight and he looked like a crackhead, and they
Yeah.
were like, "You're not Fat Joe anymore," but he goes by the moniker Fat Joe,
Right.
as to say, like, hey man, that was me. That was who I made myself as. It's an entertainment name, But people are like, well, we can't call you Fat Joe no more. And he was like, yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Go ahead and call me Fat
Call me
Joe.
Fat Joe, man. Go ahead.
Now I got
squeeze one out.
You gotta treat me like. It depends on how you treat me. It's
Right.
gonna be something different. Which
Yeah,
means
well-
that how are you treating me? Are you treating me like a fat dude? Like
Well-
are you always like, hey man, you want to go get some butter? Or something?
You know, yo, that's just weird. that like to look like for heavy set people, which
I am
we
one.
teeter and totter on both sides of the fence. Like I'm fat guy last week.
I'm a
This
big
week
guy.
I'm okay. Then next week I'm Wall Street. Like I said, with my weight, I go up and down. But there is a sense of security and insecurity. When you do this, when you pull your shirt, total sign of insecurity. You believe that the folds are, your
Folds
clothes
are showing. And
yeah, titties are showing. So you
Tits,
pull
yeah.
your shirt out as if you're not the same size under the shirt. You
Right.
know, so people tug at their clothes all day long. It's definitely a number one sign of like some insecurity, and the thing when you go to like any health or mental health things of like trying to get over anxieties and all that stuff.
Right.
The first thing they tell you is stop touching yourself.
Mm.
Stop pantomiming. You stop doing
Okay.
things that show insecurities, like covering your face or talking like this, or and you learn because only I sat in on one of these classes, which I was curious. It was Tony Robbins actually.
Okay.
I had a video of it, and it's like concentrate on staying still, and talking, and not moving so much when you talk. I can't do it. I'm super animated. I talk
Right.
with my hands.
Right.
I'm constantly. I feel like bugs in my. I'm constantly fucked up. But they do tell you that in most of the things. The first thing to do, and it helps relieve the anxiety.
Helps relieve the
if you-
anxiety.
if you at least stop worrying. Oh God.
Right, because it would seem. I guess that it seemed like you're not like giving in to like those impulses.
Yeah.
You're focusing more
But
on
then you can have a real conversation.
being still and focusing on what's like
Right.
happening like directly in front of
Yeah.
you and whatever.
Yeah, like a fat guy sweating is constantly wiping his. He's
Yeah,
he's-
carrying a towel.
Carrying a towel. You sweating, and the first thing you go is, well, "What you say again? What? You're not paying attention.
paying
You're not
attention.
engaged.
Yeah.
You're trying to wipe down. You're trying to stay cool. You're trying to
I don't understand women who wear like tight clothing or short shorts, but then spend the whole day pulling down their shorts.
Oh God.
Like when they're like you're walking around with shit with your ass hanging out.
Yeah. And you
But
spend
now
all
as
day-
you walk around, you're constantly
you're wedging.
doing that.
Yeah.
So we don't wear the fucking clothes. Either you want me to look at your ass, or you don't want me to look at your ass. If you don't want me to look at your ass, wear something else.
Huh. Good
That's just
observation.
me.
Yeah, good observation. I happen to think that this is obviously your clothes are your past choices, right? You've chose the
Clothes are your past choices.
yes.
Okay.
You've chose them at a time.
Okay.
You bought them. You didn't buy them today, unless you bought them right now and you put it on.
Okay.
And then you go, shit, these don't fit, and made a
Okay.
mistake. So you purchased them previously with the intention that this looked the way it looked.
Right.
That you thought how this was going to look. I'm assuming that most people have a vision of what when you buy and you put an outfit together, you go, I think this is going to look cool. And then when you walk
Totally the opposite
Totally
of what you actually,
you
actually
walk
look
past
like.
that storefront and go,
Oh!
shit,
My
this
ass
looks-
sticks out like that?
Damn, who's that guy in the back
Man,
there?
my shirt's sagging all
yeah,
like that
yeah,
shit.
titties showing,
Fucking
man
chin.
boobs. Yeah.
Fucking, I didn't trim the beard right.
Yeah. So this brings the idea of the angles. You know what this is called?
The angles.
Yeah, the angles.
No.
Drake says it in one of his songs. Girl, you taking pictures with them angles, right?
Okay.
So most women, if you you like take a picture of us, the first thing they'll do is go put it up high. They like the down.
Oh,
angle.
okay. I see what you're saying.
They like to look narrow because
Uh-huh.
it gives you that impression that
Yeah.
you see the face and the angle. You don't
Perspective,
see,
right.
You don't see the width, the girth. And this is a thing. This is if you see most pictures, people take them at
At an angle.
at an angle that
a high
suits
angle.
them the best. Remember, people say,
Yeah.
"This is my good side."
This is my good side. Yeah.
My good side. So I don't know. This is
Yeah. Well, that's the. Listen, number one, I don't believe I have a good side.
Huh.
Number two, when it comes to I just stopped giving a fuck.
Are you happy in
about
your
certain
skin?
things. I believe I am. Yeah,
Okay, me too.
I think I am. There's some things I like to get better.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
I like to get rid of these boobs.
Yep, me too.
You know, I feel if my tits were any bigger, they'd be throwing dollar bills at me. You know,
It'd be worth it. I mean,
it might be.
Yeah, get some money out of it.
Down.
But you know what? I think in hindsight of the Mixon twins and health issue, health is one thing that obviously you need to take care of yourself.
Yes.
And you need whatever motivation you need to do it. But when socially accepted, we talked about, I think, last podcast where people, found Biggie and some people found him gruesome, some people found him sexy.
Beautiful, yeah.
Status made him sexy, Biz Markie.
Yeah.
Several guys in this realm of, somehow
Aren't the most attractive
but
individuals.
But that's love is blind. I mean, I think it truly is. I mean, there is.
I don't believe love is blind.
You don't, huh?
I don't believe love is blind. I think love comes in a package. And I think there are several things that you have to get through before you get to love.
Oh, okay.
So I think you have to get through physical attractiveness. I think you have to get through some economic status. I think you have to get through things socially.
Yep.
I think you have to get through all of that with somebody, and then you can work on if this thing is love. So I don't think there's I don't think there's a love at first sight. I don't believe that love is blind. I don't believe any of that. I don't think you can get to love without negotiating those other things.
So you think it all flashes in your head one time, like you don't think it happens in milliseconds of the
love? No.
Huh.
I don't think love, no. Attraction, yes.
Attraction, okay. All right.
Somebody who's attractive, yes. And there are, and I'm sure you've experienced it too, there's some people who you are more compelled to be around for reasons that you just can't you can't comprehend.
Yeah.
Like you like how this person talks,
right?
Or you like like when you sit down with this person, you just you feel better about yourself.
Sure.
It's easy to have a conversation with them.
Yes.
They're attractive looking and stuff like that. So that all of that aside, that has nothing to do with love. Love is the thing that happens like way after when it's all said and done, and you go through some shit, and then you've gone through it, and then you're still coming back, and then you start. I don't think you can get to love until you see somebody's scars.
Yeah. So maybe the terminology is, you have to go blind to be in love. You have to almost be able to do this unconsciously. It must be breathless. It must be as if you're breathing, like unconsciously. That's
okay.
What I mean.
Yes.
So
yes.
you know what I'm saying? You do it unconditionally, or they say unconsciously. But I bring this up because of the case of Mr. Antoine Fuqua.
What did Antoine Fuqua do?
So Antoine Fuqua was caught in Italy with his new babe.
Okay.
This little young lady here that he's been cheating around with. Mind you, she's been cheating with Lisa Ray's husband. She's like a little...
So she's been getting around.
She's been getting around.
Is that a picture of them two?
So, yes, that is a picture of them two hugging and kissing in a
Who took this picture?
TMZ. TMZ.
But how would you get... Okay, all right.
They were following them. Listen, man, paparazzi, they get big money for these pictures, man. These people are the Draculas of the industry, right? Mm-hmm. They are out for blood.
Yes.
They mind you, they say you don't want to get caught cheating, don't cheat, or whatever.
That just looks like an awfully convenient...
But you know who he's married to?
No.
Layla Rashawn.
Okay, then you posted Layla Rashawn's going through a little expansion problem.
Well, she's huge. She's, as you can see in her photograph here. She's not the sunshine that she was in Harlem Nights,
right? Where
she was this, sunshine.
So she's put on some weight and...
As you can see from the post, some people chimed in and said, hey, by the way, her weight gain is due to she's got lupus. Mm-hmm. She's taking prednisone. She's on medication. Mm-hmm. She's had fibroids. So she's got all types of...
So she has medical issues to which
medical issues preventing her from becoming this young, sexy thing that he's chasing now. So it begs the question of how blind where's the love? Like, he married her for better, for worse. Now, they've been married for 20 years.
20 years, wow.
20 years. Got married the same year, the year after I got married. So 99. I got married in 98. So I'm doing 21. He's on 20. And this is the Nicole Murphy chick. He decided.
I've seen her before.
Yeah, I don't know what she does.
Probably just breaks up marriages.
I heard she did Lisa Ray's. Lisa
Wow,
Ray's.
she's just taking turns.
Yeah, she's stealing everybody's man. Eddie Murphy, that
his ex.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think one of them. So she's got a history. I mean, she's got a history of jumping around. And hey, listen, whatever gets you off. I mean,
it just. Yeah. So then, like, the thing he's doing with her is not love. That's not love.
Right.
This is love. That's straight up infatuation. That's
right. This is just happy time lust.
Yeah.
He wants a young little thing to play around with. A toy, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is like a toy. He wants a toy. He's playing around, and it. Now she claims we're just friends. That's how we do. We hang out. We have coffees. We go to these little places, and I just happen to see him there. Whatever else. Okay. Whatever. But the little kissing from behind and the little wrap around and
I'm
too
affectionate. Yeah. So it's not your friend.
Right, and it's unfortunate that their lives get exploited through the paparazzi, the tabloids.
Yeah.
And it's food for talk, like we just talk about it now. I mean, celebrity. I mean, and so it kind of makes you wonder, like, well, this is always the undying question, right? Of you're a celebrity, this is what comes with it. Like, this is the part of
parcel.
It's part of the being famous or being infamous or whatever, or being recognized.
Yeah.
So how much of this is what people wanted, or what they didn't want? You know what I mean? Like, how much they just want, like. I'm sure he's like, damn, I just want to direct fucking movies, live my life, and leave me the fuck alone.
Right.
I don't want... That's the reason he's not an actor. He's behind the camera. You know what I mean?
Well, he could be a shitty actor.
Very well. I don't know. Training Day was pretty fucking badass.
Training Day was good. What was that other one he did? He does the Equalizer ones, right?
Yes.
Is he doing the Equalizer?
Yes.
The Equalizer
he
movies?
did Equalizer.
He did a war movie, too.
Oh, really? Oh, yes, he did. Shit. I don't know. We'll find it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, his wife going through a tough time, at how much do you value the marriage portion of that?
Well, I think a couple things have to happen. I think you have to be, number one, you have to be willing to be honest with your spouse. So I think you have to have, and honesty is honesty is the best policy, but honesty hurts. Honesty hurts, and the truth hurts.
Truth hurts, yeah.
And so it could have been, whether they did or whether they didn't. Hey, honey, you know what? You've putting on some weight,
right,
and stuff. I still, want you to be healthy, and I still want you to be attractive. So, what can we do to help, to help mitigate this and stuff like that? Now that sounds like a shitty thing to say, but I don't think there's anything wrong with looking at your spouse and saying that you want your spouse to obtain a certain physical, appearance.
I mean,
now, I don't know if you can contribute all of that because she's on certain medication that has certain medical issues.
Right.
At some point you can still do something and just not be, a tub of fucking jelly.
Yeah.
So, but it's unfair for me to say that because I don't know what.
Yeah, true. And that was kind of the when I obviously it's a post that we're responding to, and Karen pointed out, she was like, listen, there's a lot that goes on with it, and truth, I did not want it to. I wasn't going in that direction. My comment was, where's the love? Like, where is the, what happened to the, to the end? And I went and is it okay to say, hey, look, this, I still love you. We have kids together. We have this, but let's do. I want to run around with my toys. We'll break so I'm not breaking any laws here. Let's just separate. Let's get the divorce. That's what divorces are for. You don't have the love. It's not forever. You can divorce amicably.
Well, you can, but unfortunately, there's money involved.
Well, that's the look. It's worse this way.
Right.
It's worse this way because now it's what do you call it?
Speculation.
Well, now it's like she deserves. Now she gets it because you broke the law. So what if you? I'm saying.
There's no law against.
What, against cheating? Against what is it? Infidelity?
It's no law. It's not a law.
I don't know this. I'm just saying. And now she can. Now when she goes to file,
Right.
It's I want everything.
It's for it's for cause and stuff like that.
Right, for cause. It's I'm
Right.
anguished now, and I'm going through such a tough time, and he picks now to go.
Well, who knows? Maybe they made an agreement.
Aha, that's what some other people said. Maybe there is an arrangement, and
They said you can do whatever you want, and I can do whatever I want.
Right.
And as long as you don't bring it home, don't bring the fleas to the house, and
could be.
And share it with the kids and stuff like that. I don't know.
We would have to hear from her if she would have to
Yes.
come out. The wife would have to come and
Yes.
say, "Hey guys, I'm going to do my shit. Antoine's a grown ass man. Go do his thing. As long as he sends that money home, and I'm good." Maybe.
That's quite possible.
Maybe
In that picture you shown, that was just a very very convenient looking picture.
Very convenient.
It just looked, like everything seemed to be kind of perfect in that shot. And it's not like, somebody went through a lot of effort to take that photo. It just seemed like, I don't know.
Yeah. But his filmography is fantastic.
Yeah, he's got an impressive.
Very impressive. He did the Muhammad Ali. What's my name? Oh, the documentary. Oh, Shooter, Equalizer 2, Training Day, Forever Brothers, Magnificent Seven. Wow.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, that was great. Olympus Has Fallen. Great. Brooklyn's Finest. Remember that?
I do remember that.
Bastards of the Party.
I like that one.
What?
Brooklyn's Finest.
That was with Don Cheadle.
And with Don Cheadle and Wesley Snipes.
So a friend of mine, OJ, shout out OJ, Hood Riders, he tells a story of, it was filmed by his block in Brooklyn, right? And he was on the set or whatever else, and these guys somewhat kind of hold the block down, kind of, and he tells the story like, listen, there's a lot of creeps around here that they trying to break into the trailer. They doing they look at it like, wow, this is a jackpot. They're filming in Brooklyn. We're gonna tax them. We're gonna take everything, cameras, all that shit. Make our own movies. So he's like, listen, I'm gonna hold you guys down. Whatever. And I think Wesley Snipes jumped on and was like, fuck out of here, I don't need your fucking help. If they steal this shit, that's not mine.
Right.
I don't have nothing to do with this. I'm just an actor here.
Mm-hmm.
But his comment was when him and Don Cheadle both jumped off the chairs or whatever they were sitting, they were like midgets. They're like puppets. They're like two little guys. He's like, what the fuck, man? I thought you guys were like huge.
You guys were studs.
You guys were little 5 foot guys.
Little tiny men.
Yeah.
Little tiny men.
Movies, Hollywood does that very well with just pairing up the people, and that's why you don't see a lot of. Remember this when the directors used to always do the box or and look at people.
Mm-hmm.
They're measuring the height of the two people. They say movies with one tall guy and thing don't work out. Like Ashton Kutcher, it was very tough to cast because he's tall,
Okay.
and all these little people, and it's very weird to get that angle. And a lot of directors have a challenge with that, they say. Yeah. So, don't know how we switched to height.
Wesley Snipes is short.
Wesley Snipes. Speaking of Wesley Snipes, they're bringing back Blade.
Without Wesley Snipes.
With Mahershala Ali.
Yep.
Congrats, Mahershala Ali.
Well, congrats to him.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see. I don't know. I would like to see him as part of that. Maybe like how they do the thing where you see like an older Blade.
The older Blade, he passes it on?
It's something like that. Or just some shit like that. I don't know. I like those Blade. I like those Blade movies.
Oh, who's Whistler? You know who's Whistler?
It was
Chris Christopherson.
Yes.
We have an arrangement. I make the weapons. He kills vampires. And let's have a cold drink with beer.
That's something because he's hooked up with Denzel Washington a lot, and Denzel's very much a family man.
Yeah.
Very much a family man. Very much loves his wife. I think he's got a clause in any of his things that he doesn't work on Sundays. Sunday he goes home to his family.
Well, Denzel should slap Antoine Fuqua around a little bit, give him a little bit of his own medicine, or just say, "Dude, you made your bed, lay in it. Man.
Made your bed, you gotta lay in it. You gotta deal with it."
So Blade coming back. So maybe it's going to be a reboot, right? For new fans, because that's the thing now is there's new audiences. The millennials are grown, and they want to see their heroes, I guess, or their actors. So is it safe to say he's Mahershala Ali's on his way to being one of those premier guys, like a Denzel, like
Denzel's the old guy.
It's quite possible, but I mean, you know, it depends on the type of movies he's done. I think he's already there with some of the work he's already done.
Did you see Green Book?
No, I did not see Green Book. You told me you told me about it. Yes, I have not seen Green Book. You told me it was a great movie.
What a great
You told me it was a great movie, and it's been confirmed that it's been a great movie by others as well.
And
so.
the book, the Green Book, is good too.
Yes, you
I
told me
hear,
that
I hear
as
the
well.
book as well. I'm not a big reader, but when reading it, it sounds very well when you read it, just as much as what I saw in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're seeing. So that's what I'm saying is they're modern day embodiments of certain people. Like the 70s or the 60s always had what do you call this? Like what's damn, I'm losing it.
It's like the fourth time.
I know. Too much fucking weed. What was the funny guy? The funny character in the 60s.
The funny character.
It was one funny physical comedy guy.
Jerry Lewis.
Jerry Lewis.
Okay.
And then you had who else? And then you had each
Then you had the Dean Martins. You had the
you had John Ritter was a kind of.
I love John.
John Ritter was very
much a physical
comic, slap around. Jim Carrey, of course, you know, goes into, and then Carell became
Steve
sort of
Carell.
kind of
not as physical, but
morphed. It morphed into the meek, you know, kind of just
the meek guy. Okay,
meek, but still gets his hand slammed in the door and it's funny, you know, that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
With Farley.
Chris Farley.
Oh gosh,
Rest in peace.
that's gonna hurt.
Rest in peace.
He would beat himself up on set.
Yeah.
He'd beat himself
Yeah.
up.
Beat himself up on set. And one of the greatest freaking skits that ever was on Saturday Night Live with the dude. I live in a van down by the river. It's one of the greatest skits ever. That and him auditioning as a Chippendales dancer.
Yeah.
Him with Patrick Swayze.
Oh man,
They're final for the one final spot.
Yeah. And they're looking at it like, come on, you gotta pick me. So variety shows have kind of fallen by the wayside a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So there's a new show called The Sherman Show. You heard of this thing?
I've seen it on, I've seen billboards.
It's coming out.
Okay.
Looks pretty fun.
Yeah?
Yes. It's geared towards the African American experience.
Okay.
You know, you can tell because they do a lot of mimicking of like Mary J. Blige, you know, Puffy, and so it seems to be sort of going to be a racial status type of program. He even mentions it on the moniker. It says, "Well, you know, they said I'm too black, but it's a black show. You know, like it, you know."
Gotcha.
You know, one of those types of things.
So when you say variety shows, it's going to be different.
It's skits.
Different skits.
It's all skit work. Yeah, it's all skits.
It's like Key and Peele.
Yeah, I never saw them.
You've never seen Key and Peele?
Never. Not one.
Bro,
Never.
come on.
Never. I didn't like those guys. I didn't like how they looked. Like I just didn't. I thought it was Bert and Ernie, and I was like, I don't know.
Oh man.
I never saw a Key and Peele episode.
I think you gotta give him. I think you gotta give him a look.
I
You gotta give him a look because
I wanted to after this guy started doing bigger stuff. When only thing I ever saw from them was the one with the cat, with the movie they did.
the movie with the
They had this cat and it was like.
that's a far cry from the shit.
I understand, but I've not seen any of their work. So they funny?
They are very funny.
Yeah.
Some people were saying that like it took it like filled the void that the Chappelle show had. I don't see that because I think Chappelle's show was brilliant. I wouldn't say that their show was brilliant, but I think it was very funny. And they did a lot of stereotypes, and they did a lot of they poked a lot of fun of black people. They poked a lot of fun of them being black. Like this one that you see right now. That was hilarious.
So I'm guilty of having. There was a comment from Russell Simmons about these guys, and I never I heard what Russell Simmons said, and I just said, okay, don't need to start watching these guys, And he said something that they were coons, like they were just like simple coons, and then I never got into them after that. I was like,
it's a shame.
It's a shame. It is a shame because, but see how that happens? Like you respect one person for an idea or ideology. And meanwhile, I think he's fucking turning himself into Yoda. You know, he's
trying to be Yoda.
yeah, he's trying to be a guru. You know, he wants to be a guru. But everybody that follows him looks alike. Like all the what's the other guy from ran Def Jam? All these guys, they all starting to look alike. They're all starting to get bald.
Thin and bald, and they talk about the yoga class, and they're like, oh, we're gonna have some yogurt and hummus salad together. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, him and fucking. What's the other guy? I forget the other guy's
name. We do so much. We talked about this before. We do so much damage to ourselves as black people because we think that there is one way that you can be a black person, and we totally forget that. First of all, that you're a human being.
True.
So you're a human being, and you have different things. You have different likes. You have different tastes. You and I are brothers, but we have different likes. We have different tastes. We have different. We do things differently.
100%.
Even though we share a genetic pool. You know, you go all the way back to people, and for some reason, we have to choose. You know, you either down with Muhammad Ali or you down with Joe Frazier. You either down with Malcolm X or you down with Martin Luther King. You either down with Booker T. Washington or you down with W.B. Du Bois. But Lord forbid if you think that maybe each one of these motherfuckers got an idea that we can capitalize on.
Yeah. We seem to have an or thing, like a
you gotta pick one.
Pick one. Big Daddy Kane or Rakim.
Right, exactly.
It's like.
I'm down with LL. So why can't you like everybody? Why can't you like all?
Yeah, like the proverbial Biggie and Pac conversation is the most stupidest comparison ever in hip hop.
Pick five. You ever see that shit?
Pick
five.
One gotta go.
One gotta go. No, I want to listen to this shit.
Listen, I never met somebody that had just DMX in his CD player. Yo, fucking DMX. What?
Listen, nothing else. Get that out of here. That's bullshit.
Music is collective. Music is collaborative. Music is so much genre of in shows and all this other stuff. So there's no one way. I can't understand why. But some things just didn't get around to. You know, some things are just never got around to watching these guys.
No, absolutely. I mean, look, you're a busy man. We all don't. We all don't. You know, if it doesn't fit in your time schedule to watch it, you're not going to watch it.
Right.
Then to have a dude like, Russell Simmons, who,
Yeah, I'm trying to find what he said.
For him to say that they're, as you said, they're coons, or clowns, or whatever. That's a shame.
Well, I'm sure he's biting his fucking lip now because he's the success that they're having or he's having, or I guess he was really talking about the network, saying that Key and Peele, that put Key and Peele at the top of the Comedy Central or whatever.
Okay.
And he was comparing that there's no one. See what it says here? There's no one black at the label that talks about whatever his opinion was. But it did lead me to a point of not being interested in
corny. Nobody black in charge of anything in Hollywood.
Yeah. So this led me to not somebody I should look into. If I stumbled across it, maybe.
Yeah. Well, Russell Simmons doesn't speak for black people, so.
Well,
that's
very true.
That we should we have to
very true.
That's we gotta make sure that that's his opinion.
Well, celebrities don't speak for people. Like we need to get rid of this grandiose idea that one celebrity garners more weight for whatever else. Like I'm sure he doesn't listen to this guy's listening to fucking Yoda and Yoda.
Stick your chin in and get slimmer.
Key and Peele funny they are not.
Key and Peele funny?
No, my friend, they're not funny.
Oh my God! But
to the point that you make consistently is that sometimes we give we allow people to dictate the narrative.
Yeah.
And when we should be asking, well, who the fuck are you to, we'll speak for we'll kind of speak for ourselves. Fucking Bette Midler did some shit when she tweeted out, there was a picture of a Trump rally, and there was a bunch of black people in the background. So Bette Midler tweeted with this picture saying, how much did they pay these people to be in the back? So in the background, she called in the background. Ooh. And I remember seeing that, and I retweeted that. So black people can think for themselves. They can't make up their own mind.
Right.
No one has to. But they really do. Right. You don't have to cattle. Say, man, I know you won't really get some Popeyes fried chicken, but I tell you what, I'll get you a 3-piece if you stand in this picture.
Wow. That
Make it a 3-piece and a biscuit, and I got you.
I'll get 10 friends. But that does happen though. There are ways to generate crowds and make people. I can't ignore the fact that there's a possibility that if you wanted that, you could do it.
Oh yes,
you know what I'm saying. So I don't put it past any campaign or any marketing company to say you want 500 people to show up and you want 75 of them black and 25 Hispanic. We'll do what we can, but Groupons. We'll put Groupons.
I grant you that. But to look at the picture and to say that the only reason that black people would be there for Donald Trump is that they got paid. That's borderline racist. That's borderline racist.
Well, that is racist.
That's basically saying that you can't think for yourself. You have to get paid to do that. You couldn't be there of your own will. Now you're very, very right. They could have said, "Hey, there's going to be a goddamn freaking concert coming here later on. Just sit here. Oh, by the way, it's President Trump."
Right. What? How'd they sneak that monkey?
How did they sneak this motherfucker in here? Where's my Popeye's chicken?
But the sad truth of that all is, and every comedian does this very well, they all say, because I really did come for the chicken. Like, I was there for the chicken and Hennessy. Like, there is a sad truth to a lot of that.
And there's somebody who's there for the chicken.
Yeah. And so, like, Friday night at the clubhouse, we were cooking, the guys were cooking at the clubhouse. And they had a motorcycle, it's bike night, and we cooked for them. And they brought in a bike company from South Carolina, whatever, they came in buses, and they had some pretty bruisers with them, some girls, big girls, a girls' social club or whatever else. And, we fry fish, shrimp, and fries and burgers. We don't do chicken. They went nuts. No chicken? We don't got no chicken, no. And they kept coming and Stacey, they ain't got no chicken. You said it was fish fry. Yeah, fish fry. Not fucking chicken. Like, where'd you get the word chicken from? Well, fry everything. I'm like, oh my god, these guys were.
Didn't have zucchini sticks either.
Right. I don't know.
So did they leave?
No, they were just pissed off and they just ate shrimps and fries. And
yes, but they ate. Yeah. So it's not like they didn't eat.
No.
Damn it! Just give me a third burger.
Yeah. But it's so hard to just like please everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like, trying to please everyone. But you're right. These celebrities. I mean, we as people need to stop garnering them. When I went to Egypt in Cairo, I mean, the first thing my cab driver told me was, "Why do you give celebrities so much power? Like, why do you treat them like gods?" Like that? And that's the part they hate. They don't hate that you're American. They don't hate that they hate that you don't have any religion. They call us religionless. They think we don't have any faith. And that we don't serve any god, we serve anything. We serve the next thing smoking.
Right.
Whatever's the fat. We serve trends.
Serve trends. Okay.
We serve a trend. And so that if anyone with a mask on says, "Hey, I'm going to give you free this and no homework," we go for it. Because we don't believe in a wholesome religion, a historic religion. We don't believe in a true religion, so to speak. And so those are the things they hate, that we have all this so-called freedom, yet we're not free. We're enslaved by our culture. That's the only thing that most of the Muslims that I've had encounter with, both professional and just randoms, like guys in the street, whatever, just get to talking, like, so what about this? Are you guys happy you got a black president? This was obviously in Obama era when I was in Egypt. But it's interesting to hear that, and I said, well, where do you equate that we, treat them as gods? And he says, every time the celebrities are here, I hear the tourists go, "Oh my God, Brad Pitt and Angelina's here." When they did the Dubai,
right?
They were just enamored by a celebrity, and the people, the natives go, "Why would you call them gods? Why would you reference them as gods? Why would you?" And it's a figurative speech,
right?
So the fact that we take it so loosely. And just speak it with loose lips, like don't say the Lord's name in vain. they think that's sacrilegious. They look at it like, why would you say that? Oh my God, a celebrity? Like, no, this is a TV person. No,
Right.
they just wear makeup. Like, do they fly? Do they have powers? Do
They
they?
gonna save you?
So this is the one thing that frustrates some cultures, that when they look onto the American culture, that and somehow couch potato and cheeseburger seem to roll off their tongue very easy. It's almost inbred in them that that's what we do. Watch sports, sit in the house, and eat cheeseburgers. And I said, no, wings, buddy. We don't do burgers on the couch and eat a burger outside, standing up. Eat wings. Eat fucking, watch sports.
Wings sitting down.
Wings and chips and popcorn and sandwiches and shit like that.
Well, I mean, that's unfortunately, that's
It's a sad truth.
it's a truth.
Yeah, it's not sad. I don't think it's that sad.
It is a truth.
Yeah.
It is a truth. We're kind of like the victims of our own success.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
The victims of our own freedom.
of our own freedom. Yeah.
Which is true. So bringing up Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
Well, I saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, okay, yeah. You were saying that you thought that movie was dope.
I thought it was dope. I won't say great yet. I think it has to take time. I think I have to watch it like 10 times.
Okay.
To see. But it's one of those you can watch 10 times.
Okay.
Like you can go back and watch it again and again. I without spoiling anything because it's fairly new. I saw it at the opening night Thursday.
Okay.
Which I went by myself because my wife doesn't like that kind of stuff.
What does she like?
I don't know. She likes BET, like she just likes black people movies, like gospel. I don't know. It's tough. It was very tough to catch her with food and movies and stuff. Like things she doesn't find funny, and that's not funny. Watching, I like Jackass. I like people crashing into stuff and do it. That's not funny. That's not funny. She's like, these people are hurting themselves, and she gets all.
That's amazing because this is hilarious.
What?
It's probably what you're saying.
Yes.
This is hilarious.
Yes. So, I think Brad Pitt's Brad Pitt's become the
He's our quintessential leading man now. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. He's like the fucking Marlboro man. He's like in this movie. He's the fucking what's the other guy? Peter Fonda? Not Peter Fonda.
Harrison Ford.
No. What's the other?
Robert Redford.
Okay. He's the Robert Redford of our era.
Robert Redford said he's not making any more movies.
Did he?
Yeah.
After the Avengers, huh?
After I think there was another movie he did.
Yeah.
But he said after that he's not doing any more.
He shouldn't. He should. But you can clearly see Mr. Brad Pitt's cosmetic surgeries.
Oh, has he? He's had work done?
Yeah.
He's had work done, or that was the look for the movie?
I don't think I've seen him in other clips, like stuff that he's got coming out, and I'm like, wait, who is this guy? He looks photoshopped. Like he looks like he's been tapered,
Been edged.
Yeah, but a great movie if you get a chance. If you're a QT fan,
Brad Pitt's put some good. He's put some good work in. There's some good movies with Brad Pitt in. I remember a movie called Babel.
I didn't see that. I used to always see the thing for it.
It was a really good movie. Like you sort of stopped. I think that was the movie that you stopped thinking of Brad Pitt as just like a sexy guy on the screen and stuff. And this dude has some acting chops. You know.
What was the other one? Meet Joe Black.
Meet Joe Black was another one.
That taxi cab smash is notorious.
Yes.
Like to me, that was that was the first internet clip that I saw. That was like, oh shit!
Mm-hmm.
Was that real? Like, and I did not know that was from the movie Meet Joe Black. And I remember this clip going around, and everybody was like, "Yo, you see the dude getting hit by the taxi cab?" And people thought it was real.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Wait, that's from a movie."
It's a movie.
I think that was my first time I was fooled.
But yeah,
the first time ever you were fooled.
That was like the first. Is it real?
Oh, you stopped. Okay.
And I had to wait a minute. How do I know it's real? Like just because I saw it on the internet doesn't make it true.
Gotcha.
But this was a long time ago. This was like 90 something. But yeah, what a great film! It speaks a lot to. You can tell what QT was trying to do. He was trying to take an era and creepy it out and make it his way.
Okay.
Pulp it. And again, I said it was like the Grindhouse series.
Okay.
If you see Death Proof, it was almost an extension of it with Kurt Russell.
Okay.
Yeah. So great film. Check it out. I don't want to spoil any of it. I'll let it marinate for a week or two.
I like QT movies.
Yeah. He's just as quirky as he wants to be. And
Well, he's like you were saying before. He's stylized. Like you can look at a QT movie and say, oh, okay, this is a Quentin Tarantino influence.
Yep.
And then as he has offshoots, which I'm sure he's going to do, I'm sure someone's going to come along who was like Quentin Tarantino's cinematographer or whatever. They have their own thing. You're going to see like little okay, well this is like in the same like style as Quentin Tarantino.
Well, isn't that with like Rob Zombie and some of these other guys? Like they're all part of that same little school they went to. Totally talented, man. It's a real good look. But you know, speaking of plastic surgery and movies, have you seen The Intruder?
No.
This is starring the beautiful Megan Good and Michael Ealy.
Oh, okay. Yes, I wanted to see that. Yes.
Great film.
Yes.
Great film. Nicely put together. Has Dennis Quaid. And Dennis Quaid is the principal character.
Creepy neighbor or something?
Yeah, they buy a house from Dennis Quaid.
Okay.
They buy a house from him up in Napa Valley.
Okay. He keeps showing up.
Yeah, he's like, he never leaves. It's like, I'll cut the grass. They're like, dude, you don't have to do this no more. We bought the house. We didn't rent it from you. But the hedges need this and that. And the guy who plays in Power, the white guy, Tommy.
Okay.
He's in this also.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's weird to see him outside of Power. Because I've not seen him in anything other than Power. And so you immediately want him to be Tommy. Like you're like, come on, Tommy, you're being a sucker in this movie here, you know. And he was kind of a putsy, funny, quirky, but putsy. So I'm glad he's not typecasting himself into a pigeonhole. He's being more of an actor. Yeah. But Dennis Quaid's plastic surgery is horrible.
Is it really?
Oh my god! This guy in the movie. First of all, they have a scene where he like takes off his clothes and I mean you can see the cut on the side of his. Like this is not. I think somebody fucked up.
I think he got budget plastic surgery.
Yo, this is like
for fucking Matchbook magazine.
Magazine. Alfred E. Newman surgery. Boy, this was a fuck up. I don't know if they just said, no one's gonna notice it. He's kind of old, but you know, he's doing these quick card, Capital One cards. Doing something. And he's like revitalizing himself, I guess, in that vein of the old.
Now, once again, my question is: you sure it's not for the movie?
No,
it's okay.
I don't think because there was no reference to it. There was no, even the characters in the movie are talking about how he's like this hot countryman.
Okay.
Oh, he's kind of hot, like a horse cowboy, like a cowboyish. Yeah.
You don't have to be lonely.
Very like when you get it's like, oh shit, they showed that. Like, oh man. I don't think that was it. That was like Commando when he lifted the car up and turned it on the side and the car was completely fixed. You remember this one? The spoof? Remember Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yes.
Ray Dong Chung.
Oh yes.
And they scrape the car, and then he picks it up and it's completely brand new. Yeah, good stuff. I love catching those in the movies. I had one time attempted to do a full thing of snippets and talk over it and do it, but it takes so much time.
It takes a lot of time, and you have to. It's hard to catch. They're hard to catch.
Yeah,
because sometimes when you get in the flow of them, there's a lot of them in Ocean's 11. I caught a couple in Ocean's 11.
Really?
Yeah. Like he's talking to one dude and he's got a plate of food in his hand. And then they cut away to something else, and then they come back to him, and he's got a different plate of food in his hand. That type of thing.
Well, he was always eating. Brad Pitt was always eating in every scene. Monkey, Key. I love them in 12 Monkeys. I mean,
yeah. Is that a theme song?
That's 12 Monkey. Yeah.
Before and after, I got the chin done and. A little bit, but you're saying it's on the side.
It's you can see where you can see the zipper on the side.
Laceration on the side. They let the intern do it.
Yeah, I mean, come on. And his son is an actor now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his son plays in the Amazon series called The Boys, which is a
Boys.
it's a new film, a new series called The Boys. It's about like superheroes are a thing now; they're regular,
Okay.
and these are the kind of like the non-superhero journalistic kind of kids that go around and figure out what they do.
Okay.
I've not seen it yet, so but very interested. See that line here?
Oh, I do see that.
Okay, so it's very pronounced
Jesus
in that
Christ.
movie, and then his neck is like fucking pudding, like it's like he's got pudding neck, you know. But the kid is Dennis and Meg Ryan's kid. Like it's
Okay.
he's had some crazy plastic. I don't know, whatever it is.
Meg Ryan's has some plastic surgery. Maybe they got a
discount?
deal together or something.
You know, but you know, I guess what happens is when you're a Hollywood, like this is how he looks now. Like, oh, look at this Ronald Reagan. but I guess Hollywood demands this of you. You know, I mean, I think
if you let it, if you let it,
yeah,
you know, I mean, I guess if you want to do all that shit and you know, I think they have a way of making you feel like you are inferior.
yeah.
If you seem to be a part of that machine.
Have you?
know?
That's his son there. That's the kid. He's a good-looking kid. He's got a little bit of both of them in him. But have you seen any of the rash of John Travolta movies? Like he's made a ton of B and C and D movies.
Yeah. And he's done up, and he got
This guy looks like the Michael Myers doll.
He's
got the hair.
He's got the hair plugs. He's
Oh
got
my God.
the thing. He's got like his hair, like his hairline starts like almost at the back of his neck. But it's just like there's some other shit going on there.
I'm like,
It's-
yo, who approved this? Like, who said, oh, that's like? There's so much. Like my buddy Schneed from Strictly Skills Barbershop. He does all these videos with showing men with weaves and getting all this new technology and
Weaves.
stuff. Oh my God, these guys are getting afros with glue. You know, they glue it on your head and put all this shit and put. It's insane. And then fade it, and then fade you out. Like, you know.
So that's your shit.
Well, but I'm saying they should hire this guy. They should hire my friend, my man Sneed, to do these movies because he's dope.
Apparently he's doing a better
His
job
shit-
than somebody's.
Yeah, his shit look good.
Uh-huh.
These fucking guys in movies, I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing here? You guys are just sound Barbie doll, like Ken doll. Just put a plastic hat on the guy at least. Remember those Dracula caps, like those plastic? That's what they might as well be wearing, man. Some of these guys look bad.
No, I made a long time ago that made my mind up that once there's nothing. Once it starts going, I'm like, there ain't no coming back.
Yeah.
That's it.
I know. Well, I said the same thing. Like I said, I'm not gonna dye. I'm not gonna dye my hair. I'm not gonna do it. I mean,
Right.
It's just not worth it for me. Look at this shit.
Yeah, that's
Look at this. This guy's nuts. This guy's like face off for real. Like he really did. Then you said his hairline's all the way
yeah.
down.
It's oh man, are we just afraid of just growing old, and are we just afraid of just doing that with a certain amount of grace and a certain, you know, you earn those little wrinkles and stuff, and it's
Yeah.
you know that's yours, and to sort of like say you want to look something else other than what you've earned,
Right.
you know, that's kind of like on the that's borderline pathetic.
Well, that's why I like Bruce Willis. I mean, that's why I like Bruce Willis. When he fucking went bald, he was like, "Fuck this."
Yeah.
This is the new Bruce Willis. Like, you don't
Right.
like this guy. And he's had a healthy career post hair, right? Like,
Yeah.
he's had a nice career. Red, all these action films, Death Wish, and the new Bruce Willis. And then when you watch old movies, you go, oh,
Like, oh, that motherfucker, he was a dashing motherfucker.
Oh,
Smooth face. I love
You
Moonlight.
used to like
My
watch that
favorite show.
religiously. Yeah, you
My
watched
favorite show. They fucked that show up when they went to bed. When they
Sybil?
had sex. Yes.
Yes.
They messed it up. Because the whole thing
just
was
got
about... Yes, it got weird. Because the whole show was about this tension that they had
Uh-huh.
with each other.
I
You
agree.
know, and the whole thing was, hey, maybe not. Maybe,
Right.
Oh, maybe. Oh,
One day I'll get it.
Maybe not. Maybe not. That was the whole thing.
Look at this guy. He looks like Michael Myers. Fucking, it doesn't he look like creepy Michael
That'd be a
Myers?
great. That'd be a great horror movie. And the horror movie is just all like
Actors.
actors who were just done up, plastic done up.
Well, do you know what the Michael Myers mask really is?
What?
Okay. Halloween, the series,
Yes.
the movies, even the original one.
Yes.
Go back to the first one, Jamie Lee
Yes.
Curtis or whatever.
He's got a mask.
The Michael Myers character gets released from the hospital, breaks himself out of the hospital, goes into a store and grabs a mask off the shelf to put on. Do you know what that was?
Is it a Frankenstein mask?
No.
Okay.
William Shatner. It is Star Trek. It's a William Shatner mask. It's supposed to be Captain Kirk. So many people don't know this, but I'm sure that one of you
changes the whole thing.
That changes everything. So
Now as he's walking across, what the fuck is William Shatner over here?
right, not once. But there's never been a reference in the movie that says, "Hey, we gotta have a Star Trek mask." Yeah, it was supposed to be William Shatner, and then it got burnt up in the crash. He crashed the car, burnt it, and somehow the hair just frizzed. So when you see the shitty version, like the Rob Zombie version of the mask, it's horrible.
It's all right.
Like, dude, it's supposed to be William Shatner with the smooth, you know. Damn, they fucked that.
I never picked up on that.
It's supposed to be.
Picked up on that.
Oh man, they fucked it up.
So you find the killer? No, there's some dude dressed up as William Shatner over here.
And then when the mask
Must be a
got
Trekkie.
right, but then when the mask got burnt or whatever else. See, the again, the falsehood of it was everyone started wearing these masks.
Yeah.
But the mask, they wore the burnt mask. That was not a character. So where could you buy it in the store? You weren't supposed to be able to buy it and everyone dressing up like Michael Myers. Unless somebody had it. It was William Shatner. And it was burnt and it was beat up and it had mud on it and it got slashed and poked through the hanger with Jamie Curtis and, you know. So somehow movies just seem to offshoot and people forget what the thing that made it.
Yeah, you kind of like have to go with it because you can't.
Yeah.
You know, you can't be like true to every single little detail. Look, what could have happened.
I'm sure it's hard to do. I'm sure it's very hard to do for you.
Now I'm gonna go back and see the original Halloween again.
Yeah, he takes it off the shelf.
Grabbed a William Shatner.
William Shatner's mask.
It would have been something if, because I'm sure right next to the William Shatner mask had to have been a Spock mask. This could have changed. It could have changed the whole thing. Exactly.
I'm scared
people like laughing at it.
Right.
Like, stop laughing at me! I have a knife!
Mr. Spock is chasing
I'm gonna
us.
kill all of you. Yeah, you're gonna kill the Spock. Come on!
Oh shit, he is.
Right.
Oh man. So I mean, it's morphed from so many different.
Right, because it's been damaged and all that shit like that, and yeah, he looks like a Cro-Magnon.
Yeah, but I mean,
But the original was a William Shatner.
Yeah, I mean, well, I want to find proof of this. I just remember. I just remember knowing this, that it was part of it because we used to study the fucking movie from. And I like this one where the guy says, "Hey, get a couple Mike Myers masks," and the guy brings this. Scare people, and the guy's like, "No, fucking not that Mike Myers, the gold medal, not the actor of Mike Myers, the fucking scary guy." Yeah, man. All right, so what else you got going on? So you got a part 2 for Miles?
You're gonna have a part 2 for Miles.
Ball Zone or something? Or Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Kids. Other than that, man, hey, man, it's gonna go back to work and
punch some tickets.
tickets.
This is the week for the annual Blue and White Affair. So if you have not purchased your tickets yet for the Blue and White Affair, it
Where
is
is
August
Blue and White
3rd.
Affair?
It is at Resort World Casino, Aqueduct.
No, what kind of blue?
Any blue.
Any blue?
Yeah, well, it's a Leo party. It's got it's featuring the R&B group Surface. Yeah. Dude, that was a blend fucking record. Like if you were a DJ in New York and you blend this record, it was one of, you had to have a good blend with Surface. So it's featuring Surface, Brandon. What the fuck is this guy's name? Brandon Wilson. He's a comedian. A couple of funny guys. Last year was amazing. We had what's his name? Damn, terrible. Anyway,
It's the sixth name we fucked up.
Yeah, so it's gonna be fun. It's my man Dave. It's an older crowd, mature crowd. There's a nice cigar lounge on the upper deck, which is facing the track, which is amazing. And there's a guy up there hand rolling. Okay, he's making real Cubans or whatever. It's a Dominican guy up there rolling fucking cigars. like hundreds of them by the hour. He just keeps rolling nonstop. And then you can obviously, if you bring your own, you can smoke on the deck. It's really nice. It's got a nice look to it.
Where can I get tickets?
You can get tickets from Level 1 Entertainment, or you can contact Two Bros Podcast and we'll direct you to a Level 1 member. But for right now, the tickets went up to $45. If you are a fan of the show and you watch the show, you can get yours for $35.
Wait a minute. All I have to do is say that I'm a fan of Two Bros Podcast and I can get my ticket for $35?
You sure can. Just subscribe. Hit the red subscribe button below and subscribe today. And if not, you can also listen to us on Spotify using the Anchor FM app or on Spotify directly. Hit the button, subscribe today. You will not be disappointed. 71 episodes in. Two Bros Podcast signing out. 71.
Dot!
It's a wrap.
I missed my mark.
You missed your mark. That's okay.
I was busy looking at this fucking mic monitor.
It's pretty fucking scary.
It's kind of creepy. When you like, because it's still staring at me.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, this is kind of scary.
Yeah.
I see the teeth hanging out and shit. Oh my god.
Two Bros Podcast, episode 71.
Cut.
Peace.